So this is going to end up being a 6-mile trip, guys. Oh well, I can do it. Oh wow, look at that. Holy crap, that's deep. No water in it, but every time it rains there's water in it. Oh, okay. Nice and shady in here. There's a breeze blowing, it's cooling my head off. Yeah, I can do this hat. Nice. Yeah, I can feel it blowing through the fabric. Or at least on the fabric where my head's sweating. All right, so I probably gonna do the stuff I had planned after this afternoon, because I truly didn't intend to do a 6-mile hike. Oh well, it's okay, right? Okay, that looks like petrified wood. Maybe not. But definitely volcanic. Workout resumed. A lot of it right in here. Interesting. Yeah, here's like a whole field of it. It looks like volcanic rock. Maybe not petrified wood, but more volcanic rock. I think I told you guys, maybe I didn't, that this used to be, not so much on this side, but still on this side, a volcanic area. And in fact, I shouldn't say in fact. Here's a little tidbit nugget. In our most recent history, and I'm talking like in the last 200 years or so, maybe 300 years, that a volcano over by Turkey Creek erupted. And you can see the remains of ancient volcanoes down here. They have a very distinctive look to them, where it's like the core solidified, and then over time the outside has eroded. And so you can pick them out, at least I can, pretty easily, and go, oh look, that used to be a volcano. In the Mustang Mountains, there's one that is like that. Wow, my feet are dry already. So, that little dip in the drink, these shoes must be slightly waterproof. Good to know. It's a big wash. It's a big wash down there. Some cottonwood trees growing in there. That guy didn't have any water with him, which I thought was really strange. Because I'm constantly drinking. And he didn't have anything with him at all. I'm tired, so I'm having to stop more often. I just want to make it to the Clovis site, then I can sit and I can rest for a little while before I head back. Gotta do this. Gotta do it, gotta do it. Oh, look at this. Going down. Oh, crap. Lord, help me. You see that? On the other side. I'm gonna have to sit down to get down there because there's just no way. Hey, look. Is that a bench? No, that's not a bench. Is that a bench? All right, I think I'm gonna have to set you down because there is woolly balance right there. Because after that one spill I had that one time, I do not want to take the chance. How do I sit down on this? I'm gonna take my backpack off because I think that's gonna overbalance me. Okay. Backpack off. I don't want to push on my water. Even if I go down backwards. There's a rock right there. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Hi. Still not all the way down, but at least I'm down that worst part. Okay. Oh shit. Alright, that was rough. Let me set you down. Put my backpack back on. It's funny, I didn't realize how heavy that backpack was until I took it off. Okay. Readjust my hat. Definitely sweaty, so that was what was keeping me cool, so that's good. Okay. And now, up we go. More of that volcanic type glass. I will say, oh God, that these shoes are working out great. They have good traction. Uh-oh, my water's leaking. Shit. I gotta fix that before I lose it all. I wonder what happened. I feel it leaking down my back. Alright, I can't tell where it leaked from, but it felt like the lid had loosened up. Well, guess what? It'll help keep me cool, right? Right. And I got a little break. I kind of pushed on it a little when I was climbing down that thing. Note to self, don't do that again. Okay. Get me all locked back in there. I'm gonna open this water bottle. So she has not said the 3 mile marker yet, so I still got a ways to go. At least the trail is smooth, except for that one spot. So y'all got to see all kinds of fun stuff today. April walking through a creek. Clambering down one side of a hill and back up the other. And I promise I will not edit those parts out. I am tired though. So crap, guys. This is gonna end up being a freaking 8-mile trip.
Workout paused.
I need to just sit and rest. And then I think I'll get my second wind to, oh dang it, hazards of the trail. Drop the lid to my water bottle.
Workout resumed.
Or, will I get down to the Clovis site and be so tired that I call my son to come pick me up. Or my husband, he might be awake by now. That may be what I end up doing, I don't know. When I get down there, I'll sit and rest a little, actually a lot, and then we'll see how I feel. But I don't have any choice. I got to get there. And this is why you train and know your trail, dummy April.
3 miles completed.
Ah.
1 hour 25 minutes. Current speed 2.2 miles per hour. Average speed 2.1 miles per hour. Workout paused.
Okay, I'm at the 3 mile mark. That doesn't mean I only have a half a mile to go, because remember, I had already walked more than 2 miles when I came across that guy. So I still have a ways. But I can do it. I can do it. But truthfully, I don't remember reading anywhere that this is a almost 4 mile hike from 90 to the Clovis site. And that's not round trip. Oh, and Tanya, if you're watching this, my friend Tanya, she gave me this
Workout paused.
beautiful double-walled insulated
Workout
water
resumed.
bottle for Christmas. So sweet of her. And you're probably wondering, Tanya, and I want to direct this to you, how come I'm not using it? I do use it. I use it at home every day. The reason why I'm not using it on trail is it's heavy. And
Workout
I'm
resumed.
old. Yes, I know. Not much older than you are, but I'm still old. And try to take us the least amount of weight as I can, but especially right now because I'm training and I don't want to load myself down with the 40 pounds of stuff that I'm going to have to bring along just yet. As it is, this pack with all the water and my miscellaneous stuff in here weighs probably about between 8 to 10 pounds. And it's not, when it's on my back, it doesn't feel that bad. When you just pick it up, oh, it's heavy. I see footprints. People have been down here recently, at least within the last day or so. I want to thank everybody for watching and following along and encouraging me. Right now, as I'm walking, I'm keeping you in my head. That you can do it, you keep trying, you got it. All the things my friends and family have been telling me, and even complete strangers. I so appreciate the encouragement because times like this right now, where I'm tired, guys. That's what helps me to keep on pushing on. That and my innate frickin' stubborn drive. My steely determination of, so what if you're 58 going on 59? So what if you're overweight? You can do this. It might take you longer. I'm talking to myself, but to you as well. I can do this. It might take me longer to do it. And yeah, I might be sore for a few days afterwards. But, you know, it's okay. I can do this. See another trail marker coming up. This is going to be a long video, guys. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. We're already at an hour and a half. I will try to edit it down as small as I possibly can get it. But this is the first time either of us been this way. You know, it's kind of good to see it for what it is. And these longer hikes have made me realize the change that I have to make in some of my clothing. Because things need to be able to wick moisture away. Like this hat. Perfect. My shirt's really not wet. But like these pants, even though they're polyester spandex, I don't even know what the hell they're made out of. They're thicker and they're holding the moisture, which maybe is a good thing in Arizona. I just don't want it to get to the point, because wherever you have wetness, you're gonna have chafing. So, damn. So I don't know.
Workout paused.
You would think you would choose cotton, right? Because cotton breathes.
Workout resumed.
But cotton also saturates and doesn't dry. And so cotton is not a good choice for shirts. Downhill again. See, and the worst part is I'm gonna have to be walking up this on the way back. All right.
Workout paused.
I think I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna set y'all on the side there, and then I'm gonna clamber up that bank. As I think I'm gonna need 2 hands to do that. Alrighty. Hi. Yeah, I'm really freaking tired. I'm tired. Okay, here goes. Holy crap. All right, sorry about that. Trying to fold my tripod back up, and
Workout resumed.
any other time you can't freaking knock this damn phone off. And
Workout paused.
I mean, you saw me fall down on some rocks, and my phone didn't fall off the tripod. And here I am just trying to fold this sucker up, and the phone comes off.
Workout paused.
All right, those of y'all who bet that I'm gonna call my son, you gotta keep going that way. When I get to the down here, that's probably a safe bet.
Workout resumed.
Holy crap. This is really neat. It's really beautiful.
Workout paused.
Really is. I'm trying to, even as tired I am, I'm trying
Workout resumed.
not to get into a grumbly mindset, because that's where I'm at right now, guys. I'm at the, I could just be really bitching and complaining and chewing myself out part point. So just soak in the beauty, April. Soak it in. It is really pretty down in here. Glad we don't have any lions and tigers here. This would be a perfect ambush spot. They sure as heck would blend right in. At least it's kind of shady. Makes it pleasant to walk in here. How much further can it be? I heard some bee sound.
Workout resumed.
I wanted to make sure that it wasn't a lot of bees, because that could potentially mean I was near a hive. And the Africanized honeybees, their hives are in the ground. And if you inadvertently walk near, and I guess they're pretty extensive hives sometimes, if you even just walk on the ground near where their hive is, they could attack you. And that would not be good. Because I'm a long way, not super long way, but I'm out here by myself. Except for that one lone guy who took the other trail.
Workout pause.
Oh, look at this. Those are neat seed pods. I don't know what kind of bush that is.
Workout resumed.
There's nobody. Nobody whatsoever. Which I like it. I like it this way. I feel very comfortable. I'm not scared or afraid to be out here by myself. It's actually very relaxing most of the time. Damn.
Workout paused.
And it's not like the trail is really hard right now, because it's
Workout
not.
resumed.
I mean, yeah, it's a little clay, rock stuff. But in general, it's fairly smooth, except for those occasional ups and downs. It's just that I'm exhausted. This is where I need a little GPS thing, with a little map that I can look at, and it'll show me where I'm at and where I'm going to.
Workout pause.
Because right now, it feels like this is going on forever.
Workout resumed.
And if I knew, oh hey, it's just a little bit more, it'll give me a boost. But I don't have that right now. Those things are expensive, but man, it would be nice to have right now. I mean, in general, I know where I'm at. In general, I know where I'm at. I know if I keep going that way,
Workout
that
paused.
I'll hit the Clovis site. I know that.
Workout resumed.
So I'm not lost. I'm just trail marker. Just tired. Sorry, you don't need to hear me bitching. I need the bright side right now, Roger. He's my bright side person. I mean, normally I'm the bright side person. But when I would reach my low like I am right now, my husband is able to reach down and shine the light on the situation for me so that I can switch my attitude around. Most of the time it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I'm like past the bright side of the light and deep in where I'm like, oh, just telling him, leave me alone for a little while. I'll climb my way back out. But I don't need to hear the good stuff right now. Oh, God.
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
The bright side is, I was going to have to do something like this anyways. So yay me! There's my bright side. The other bright side is I know that I'm getting close. I have to be getting close. There's big old cottonwood up there. I've got to be getting close. I just need to sit down. I need to sit down and rest. I need to take this backpack off my back. I'm starting to feel the weight now because I'm tired.
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
Thank you, Samsung Health Lady. Here come some people. I'm gonna shut you off for a little bit. Okay, very nice couple. They seem like snowbirds.
Workout resumed.
They said, we're just visiting. We've been here about a week. So they're exploring the different areas. she estimated it's still another 3/4 of a mile down the way. I hope her estimation is, I hope she overestimated it. Oh, crud.
Workout paused. Workout resumed.
See these things that are here? I need to put a fucking bench right there. It fools me every damn time. I see it and I'll go, oh, there's a bench. No such luck. At least you can weave your way through these hillocks, hummocks. So I'm tempted to call my son now to have him meet me there. But there's the other part of me that wants to get there and sit down and then call him to come get me while I rest. Goodness gracious. Oh,
Workout paused.
yep, now I'm going again.
Workout resumed.
Ouch. Oh. Hello. This is the day after the hike I took yesterday. And I just want to take a couple minutes to talk about what happened. So you'll notice that the video stops unexpectedly. My phone died, and I was not even quite to the Clovis site yet when that happened. And I was wiped out. I got up to the parking area of the Clovis site. I didn't even walk through the Clovis site. Number one, because I couldn't record because my phone was dead. And number two, because I was exhausted. It ended up being a 4.78 mile hike out to the parking lot area. And I had bees bugging me. I checked after I got back because I was pretty sure I had remembered that it was not supposed to be that long of a hike, that it was supposed to be 3.2, and it everywhere I went showed 3.2 miles. And so, you know, that was something I knew ahead of time, going by what people said, that I could do that hike, come here, rest, and then head back. Well, I know that 1 3/4 miles is not that much, but so far I've only trained for a certain amount. So I get to the parking lot and I'm sitting where I was sitting yesterday, except this time my head was in my hands, and I was like, what do? I can't get a hold of my son to come and pick me up. I'm exhausted by this point. Do I sit and wait to see if that older couple that I had run into would come back, and then I could, like, you know, ask them for some help? Or do I walk back the 4 3/4 miles on the trail? Or do I walk down to Mosen Road and then Mosen Road to 90 and 90 down to my car, which is flat? I mean, granted, there's a couple places where you're going up and down hills, but it's flat terrain. It's not clambering up and down washes and everything else. So I sat for a while, kind of hoping that those people would show up, and they didn't. You know, they're out enjoying their hike, you know. So I took off down the driveway to Mosen Road, and I started hoofing it down Mosen Road, and I got almost to 90, and I couldn't walk anymore. And long story short, I had to flag a car down, and you know, I was just going to ask them if they would call the sheriff to come and assist me. But just a very nice gentleman that's pulled over to stop. And I'm going to tell everybody, normally I would never hitchhike. Normally I would never get into a car with somebody I didn't know. But, you know, I kind of assessed the guy. He seemed like just a normal guy. And, you know, what an angel. You know, an angel was sent to me that day, and turns out that he needed something just as much as I did. I think he needed some human companionship at that moment, because in the short drive to my car, which would have been a really long walk, he told me that his wife had just died and that he was just coming back from Tucson, dropping his daughter off at the airport because they had been going through his wife's things. So, so blessed yesterday. But anyways, there's several things I learned yesterday. The most positive thing was that I had enough water, definitely had enough water, even though that ended up being an emergency situation. So that's number one. Number two, even on day hikes, make sure to bring a backup battery pack for your phone in case it dies. And number three, really know your trail before you do it. Really know it. Don't just go by what other people have posted, what the mileage is going to be, because it ended up being way longer than I expected. So I'm back here today because I want to show you guys the Clovis site, and that's where we're going next. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, here we are. We're walking down the path down to where it turns off to go, walks down into the Clovis area. A bunch of people here today, so I'm hopefully not going to interfere with their walking. We shall see. And the little hike around the Clovis site is short. So we shall see what we shall see. The path is nice and smooth, which I noticed yesterday, but again, I was tired. Okay. So the sign says, Murray Springs Clovisite Interpretive Loop Trail. So the path does kind of narrow a little bit. Roger, I think you could get down here with your off-road walker. No problems. It's very smooth and flat, except for that little downhill grade. So, I'm sure some of you might be wondering if I was sore, if I am sore today. Well, I tell you, I got home and yeah, I was really sore. And I went and took a 3-hour nap. Okay. So let's take a look at this. I don't know if you can read this or not. The site is one of several of its age found in the San Pedro River Valley. The San Pedro River Valley has more sites of this time period than any other region in the United States. Archaeologists call sites of this area Clovis. It's a name that originated with the first site of its type found near Clovis, New Mexico in 1932. This site is managed by the Bureau of Land Management and is within the San Pedro Riparian National Conservation Area. This is a special area designated by Congress in 1988 to preserve the San Pedro River Riparian Area and its resources. Because this site is so rare and important, it must be protected and preserved for future generations. Anywhere you go, if you discover a fossil or an artifact, any object made by humans, please do not remove it. Removing it is like losing a piece of a puzzle. If too many pieces of a puzzle are lost, we could lose the whole picture. Contact the BLM if you find something. an expert will evaluate to find and see that the puzzle piece isn't lost. These objects belong to everyone and help us learn about the past and teach others. Your find could even prompt further investigation. On and on and on and on. All right, so that's... says one of the oldest archaeological sites excavated in North America. It's rare and important source of information about life 13,000 years ago during the end of the last ice age, late Pleistocene. Alrighty. And look, there's benches. Not that I need them now. So let's go down here. It looks like we're walking to the edge of the arroyo. Here we are. Wow, that is deep. Holy smokes. Look at this. And there's steps going down, so we may go down in there. That's really deep. Wow. I could see how they would run bison or mammoth or wild horses off the edge of this in order to kill them, to make it easier to kill them. All right, let's see what this little sign says. The first people in North America may have come across from Asia during the last ice age. These people could have walked across a land bridge called the Beringer that connected Siberia and Alaska. Beringer is now covered by the Bering Sea. When was the Ice Age? The Ice Age, called the Pleistocene epoch, began nearly 2 million years ago and ended about 12,000 years ago. During this time, there were repeated periods of glaciation and intervals of warmer weather in between. Could there have been more than one migration from Asia? It's possible people reached the New World in boats and lived along the coast as fishermen, with ice melting and old coastlines becoming submerged by the ocean. Where would we find evidence of their lives now? Study of Native American languages and DNA indicate that 2 or possibly 3 distinct groups settled in the New World. They did come from different places or at different times, or both. From the evidence found, it appears that the Clovis people came from Asia and probably walked across the land bridge about 15,000 years ago, and they reached the San Pedro Valley around 13,000 years ago. Let me see. There's the map. Different Clovis sites. We're this one here, number 9. This map shows the locations of Clovis period sites. Archaeologists have found little evidence for human occupation in the New World prior to the Clovis period. Could there be sites older than the Clovis Age in the San Pedro Valley? Researchers are looking, but they haven't found any yet. So there's some examples of Clovis points. All right, so let's go this way. And there are steps down. Ooh, and they are steep. This could be fun going back up. I'm going slow. I don't have the best knees. Steps and my knees don't always get along. All right. So now we're down in the wash. They call it an arroyo. The path goes this way, so let's go see where this takes us. It goes this way and then it went back up the stairs. But we're gonna go this way just to see if there's something down here. There may not be anything, except just getting to see what it's like walking in a big arroyo. Path gets narrow. And it looks like it dead ends up here. We're gonna take a look anyways. Yep, it does. So they've put a fence. They want people to stop. It's very quiet down here. I don't hear any birds or anything. That's me pushing through the bushes. All right, let's go back. We'll go to the stairs. So anyways, I was talking about, am I sore? A little, but not really, which is really surprising to me because when I got home, oh, I hurt so bad. My hips, my legs, my feet, everything hurt. And like I said, I went and laid down and I didn't even take a shower. I threw a towel on the bed and laid down and went to sleep for 3 hours. There's a path that winds that way, but it's just something I think that people have forged. I don't know. I'm not wearing my hiking shoes because I figured it would be an easy walk. So I'm just wearing some lightweight shoes. So we'll follow it a little bit and see if there's any marker or anything down here. Obviously, people walk down here. It's kind of funny. And I'm sorry, Roger. They said it's handicapped accessible. That's a joke. Because a person who's on a walker or in a wheelchair isn't going to be able to go down those steps. And yet the path only leads that way. So let's see. Well, I'm not going to keep following it. You can keep following it that way, apparently. But I'm not going to. It's amazing to me how quiet it is down here. Yeah, this is definitely the very first part of the trail, handicapped accessible. And I was reading the sign up in the front. I hadn't turned my camera on, and it said that from the parking lot to where it joins the San Pedro Trail that I took yesterday is 2 miles. So it's just a little frustrating with the information I was able to find online about how long the trail was. And it was a moderate trail, but is moderation of a trail, does that have to do with if you're an experienced hiker or what? You know, I don't know. So the trail splits off both ways. Goes that way and it goes this way. Let's go this way. Okay, we're on the Interpretive Loop Trail now. What was Ice Age Arizona like? It says 13,000 years ago, it was a much cooler place, filled with green trees and plants and enormous wild animals you would not recognize. When people reached this area, most of the northern part of America was covered in thick sheets of ice. In Arizona, they found a lush grassy valley, not the desert you see today. San Pedro Valley was filled with trees and plants that now only grow in the mountains or farther north. Imagine mammoth, bison, giant ground sloth, and camels living here. Even the living relatives of these animals in Africa and Asia are very different from those grand beasts of the Ice Age. Many of the Ice Age animals were very large. Most of the species of bison resembled today's bison, but were considerably larger. They roamed in herds across the open landscape. The Columbia mammoth was the largest of the several species of mammoths, with tusks that could be up to 16 feet long. Some of the sloths were bigger than a modern elephant. Oh my gosh. The dire wolf, tapir, camel, and saber-toothed cat were all larger than their present-day relatives. Archaeologists used the name Clovis for the people who lived here during the late Pleistocene epoch and used a distinctive fluted spear point for hunting, the Clovis point. The Clovis point is a projectile point unique to North America. Archaeologists believe that it was developed here and not carried over from somewhere else. The Clovis people were skilled hunters. They probably lived in mobile groups, hunting game and gathering seasonal wild food such as berries, roots, and seeds. Perhaps most of their food came from gathered plants and small game animals, but sites like Murray Springs have shown us that they also killed and ate large animals. There's a little plaque about yuccas. We've already talked about yuccas. So there really isn't a whole lot to see. It's just beautiful landscape, the very deep arroyo, which is also called Curry Wash. So they definitely need to revamp their signs because the sun has really eaten them. Alrighty. This is a mesquite tree. Medicinal, it can be used as a medicinal tea, used as an eye wash, and for diarrhea, dysentery, and stomach ulcers. Bean pods and flowers are edible. Sap used as an adhesive. Wood used for firewood and to make bows, bowls, and ramadas. Modern use, barbecue flavoring for grilled meats. Kind of funny. Interpretive loop trail. Keep on going. I'm guessing it's going to come back around. And again, no, maybe not. I thought it was going to split because it was a little sand area here. Look at these big mesquites. They've been here for a long time. And we're coming up to the Ramada. Yeah, they're as tired as I was yesterday. By the time I reached the parking lot, there's no way I wasn't able to do this little bitty hike. No way. That's about dirt and rocks. All right, and this was the discovery. Oops, you need to get out of your light. Two scientists found just what they were looking for. Dr. C. Vance Haynes and Peter J. Maringer, Jr. of the University of Arizona had reason to believe that there was a discovery to be made here. Rarely do scientists discover such a notable site. The other Clovis sites found in the San Pedro Valley, Naco, Escapol, and Laner, were all discovered by local people and reported to scientists. The archaeologists uncovered the remains of mammoth and bison and a Clovis campsite. They also found Clovis spear points and other tools, evidence that humans hunted and butchered these large Ice Age animals. Remains of horses, a dire wolf, which is an extinct animal related to the modern wolf, and other extinct animals were also found. All right, well, I'm going to sit and take a little break, and then we will continue on. This was where I was hoping to sit and rest after the trail. I'm pretty sure, no, I would have been able to see it. It's over that way somewhere. Sun's that way. Yeah, so it's north of us, the trail that I was walking on. But this is where I wanted to sit and rest yesterday. Now I believe, and they don't have it on here, I'd have to pull up the Murray Clovis site map. But I think across on the other side is where they found the bison bones. All right, enough of a sit down. Let's see if we can look down in there. It's all filled with trees now, kind of weird. Because you can bet water still flows through that. I remember yesterday I was going, my kingdom for a fallen log. There's my fallen log. Okay, so the trail goes that way, and that's the way we're going to head back. But over here is another little interpretive sign. So let's go see what it says. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. Evidence found here shows that Clovis people hunted and butchered huge Ice Age mammoths and bison. Hunting animals with huge horns and tusks must have taken enormous skill. So how do you kill a mammoth? Mammoths needed vast amounts of water to survive. There are indications that these hunts occurred during a period of drought. During a drought, with watering holes drying up and becoming scarce, hunters could stake out the best ones and wait. Most likely, hunters used spears with, I can never say this word right, atlatls. An atlatl is a throwing stick that helps to propel a spear further and faster. So it's a bone tool that almost looks like a stick with a point at an angle coming up from the end. And they would slip their spear into that groove in that atlatl, and it extended their throw. So as they threw out the spear, that atlatl would push it even further, and so the spears would fly farther and faster and with more strength when they discovered how to use those. Okay. It says the bones, I'm sure you can't see that, but I can. Toe bones of a female mammoth named Big Eloise by the archaeologists were excavated from the area in front of us. So right down in there. As the photo shows, even some of her footprints were preserved. And you can't, the photos are so faded you can't see it. Okay. All right. So she was found down in there somewhere. That's pretty cool. All right, there's a little bit more to read. Let me see. So I was wrong when I said across the wash. So across the wash in front of us here, archaeologists discovered remains of at least 12 bison. Probably all were brought down in a single hunting event. Hunters may have constructed a semicircle structure of brush across the creek to trap the animals. Once the ambush began, they would have attacked from the stream bank with their spears and atlatls when the thirsty animals arrived. Interesting. Yeah, and these signs are so sun-faded. They're really hard to read. Okay, so let's go this way. Another beautiful day in southern Arizona. God, I love living here. Okay, we're still on the interpretive loop trail. There was another sign. So, I mean, the paths themselves are wonderful. But the problem is how does a handicapped person get down across the wash to get up onto this side so that they can enjoy in this too? I mean, it's baloney. And I think something needs to be said. So there's a little sign there. It's about the acacia. These oh hell no bushes that I've talked to you about before. It says white thorn acacia. Medicinal tea used for conjunctivitis, diarrhea, dysentery, nausea, vomiting, mouth inflammation, sore throats, dry coughs, antimicrobial wash, hemostatic, sedative, dusted on infants for diaper rash. Interesting. I'm starting to notice a theme though. Are you noticing that the mesquite and the acacia have a lot of the same uses? Okay, here's another sign. Let's see, what does this one say? The kill was only the beginning. Back at camp, there was much more to do. Rather than trying to move the downed large animals, most of the butchering was done at the kill site. They cut off the meat and brought it to the campsite. And they might even have celebrated with a feast. Most of the meat was probably dried for later. 12 bisons or one mammoth could feed the group for a long time. Here at the campsite, archaeologists found evidence of the many tasks that followed the hunt. They cooked, prepared the hides, made and repaired tools. Archaeologists found a unique bone tool at the mammoth site. It was probably used to straighten spear shafts in the making of new spears or in repairing spears damaged during the hunt. The tool they found was broken, possibly stepped on by the mammoth during the kill. Since they couldn't fix it, they left it behind for archaeologists to find 13,000 years later. All right, I'm going to see if I can get in close to this picture. Do you see this one here at the top? That is a tool. See the hole in the middle? They would push the shafts through that to straighten them. Very cool. Spear points and other tools could be repaired if not damaged too much. Most were designed to be retro-headed or resharpened so that they could be used again. These tools link the campsites to the kill site. The Clovis point on the top, and you can't even see that picture, was found here at the campsite. The flake next to it was found with the bison kill. Although the flake broke off during the kill, the point was recovered for possible reuse and brought over here. The other Clovis point was found with the bison kill, and the flake broken from it was found at the campsite. The flake was probably carried here within a piece of butchered meat, and the point was left unrecovered at the kill site. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that picture or not. And then down at the bottom, these are a bunch of tanning tools for skinning hides and stuff. Okay, on we go. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna bitch. I'm gonna be contacting the San Pedro repairing area people. Unless this trail comes out in a place where a person in a wheelchair or a motor scooter or with a walker can access it. Yeah, don't get me fired up, people. All right, let's see. Uncovering the buried past using the sciences of time. The Murray Springs puzzle came together through the work of many different scientific experts. They reconstructed the scene of 13,000 years ago using every piece of evidence from tiny grains of pollen to huge mammoth bones. Okay. This is pretty faded, so if y'all are interested, you'll have to look it up. There is information about this site online. All right, I can read this one a little bit better. except I'm in your way. When the climate warmed and the Ice Age ended, plants and animals had to cope with rapid and severe environmental changes. Many could adapt to the new conditions, but many others became extinct, particularly large animals like the mammoth. While continental ice masses covered much of North America, the San Pedro Valley was cooler, with wetter winters and what are today mountain-chilling plants and trees. I can't read that word. That extend down into the valley. The Chihuahuan desert plant species were not here. There were many small lakes and streams and swamps. As the San Pedro Valley became warmer with drier winters and wetter summers, grasslands took over the valley and mountain vegetations retreated. Grazers such as deer, elk, bison, bighorn sheep, and pronghorn antelope were able to survive. Other species found today, such as bears, cougars, wolves, bats, gophers, mice, rabbits, squirrels, and many bird species, lizards, snakes, badgers, and ring-tailed cats also survived. Okay. Animals that became extinct, they're at the bottom. The mammoth, the giant sloth, horses, dire wolves, and saber-toothed cats. All right, is this one going to be any better? What about the future? Why did only the megafauna become extinct? The evidence found at the San Pedro Valley Clovis site indicates that the last of these animals lived at about the same time the Clovis people arrived in the San Pedro Valley. Dr. Paul S. Martin of the University of Arizona has put forth a theory that humans contributed to the demise of the megafauna by overhunting. The environment was rapidly changing, causing strain on these animals who were already struggling to survive. These skilled hunters arrived on the scene and may have taken advantage of the situation. But did the Clovis people finish them off? Have humans continued this trend since Clovis times? There are some people that accept the theory that an asteroid or a comet hit the Earth 65 million years ago and ended the reign of the dinosaurs. Many other species became extinct then too. It is considered by scientists to have been a mass extinction. Recent studies are indicating that if a species continues to disappear from the Earth at the rate of the past 100 years or so, the current extinction episode will have to be considered a mass as well. All right, so there. Yes, human be bad, and we are, and so we have to be self-conscious and more enlightened, and we have become since this country was first founded or first inhabited by white man. We did that mass killing of bison and beaver and all kinds of animals. But we became enlightened. The same with the whales. We used to hunt the whales to almost extinction. In fact, some species went extinct. But then we became more enlightened and realized what we were doing, and we stopped. Or at least in the case of the whale hunting, most people have stopped. We can change. We just got to think about what we're doing. All right, so we're coming back out to where we first started on the Interpretive Loop Trail. So that answers where that Y came off at, as we went that way. All right, so we're going back. I think that's about it. So come along with me, my friends. Let us go to where the pathway ends. Bees. I keep getting investigated by bees. Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna rant a little bit more. The BLM owns this site. I see no reason that they can pick a narrow portion of this wash and build a bridge across so that people, sorry, going down steps, that are in wheelchairs or have to use walkers can access the back side of this site. Because this is the only path up or down. And it's steps. And most people with disabilities would not be able to go up and down these steps. And especially if they were in a motor scooter. You know, motorized wheelchair is what I mean by motor scooter. I'm not talking about the kind that zip down and around on the streets. Or put a series of ramps down. But to say that it's handicapped accessible is extremely misleading and wrong. Okay, done with my rant. So, those of you who do have a physical disability, my husband included, I apologize. And I hope that you gained something from this little walk that we've done to see how it is. It's pretty, it is cool. Little short hike. I think it's about a half a mile, maybe, total. The whole loop thing. So not too bad. So from that sign it says the San Pedro Trail is 1.8 miles. I don't know. And I'm still tired from yesterday, apparently, because that little loop kind of tired me out. All right, we are going to end with this. Thanks for coming along. Be kind in your thoughts.